And right now we have Anntonia Porsild สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
So it has been a few months since the Miss Universe competition in El Salvador. So how surreal does it still feel to you now?
Actually, it actually feels much longer than it has been. You actually mentioned it's 3 months, and I feel like it's already been half a year. It's still a surreal feeling. I still get very emotional when I look back at the competition and how far I've come. But overall, everything I do and every day that comes towards me is always an exciting experience.
So what has been the most memorable moment from the Miss Universe competition?
I think it was, of course, the final night.
Yep.
But I think there's a lot of different memorable moments because the whole experience was just something so surreal in its own. It's of course an opportunity that not that many women have, and I was just cherishing every moment as it was. But of course, there's the final night, the national costume as well, that really stand out.
And many people talked about your national costume as well, and it has gone viral.
Actually, that was the day that I was the most nervous for compared to preliminary and final. Yeah, I was more nervous about the national costume. I always get very emotional about the national costume round because it's an opportunity for each country to really showcase what their country has to offer and the culture, the history, and everything that it holds. And because I feel like I'm so connected with my own culture, I felt like there was more pressure for me to succeed and to kind of do that in the best way possible. So I think I put more pressure on myself on that evening than the final night and the preliminary.
Because that costume has a lot of history behind it as well, so that's why you may have felt that pressure, right?
Yeah.
How has your life changed since the Miss Universe competition?
Definitely more busy now. Definitely more busy. I've gotten to work with a lot of different people. I've gotten a lot of different jobs. So of course I have to be nothing less than thankful and grateful for all the opportunities that I've been given. But it's already in the realm of what I'm already doing. So it hasn't really been anything like out of the box. So it's been a really good experience so far, and I'm excited to see where this path takes me.
Right, and what have you been doing so far since the Miss Universe competition?
So actually, the list is very, very long. I've been traveling a lot. I've gone to Laos, I've gone to Cambodia, Hong Kong, and of course within the provinces of Thailand. I've hosted a beauty pageant for the first time, so that was a great experience. I've done a lot of ambassador work, a lot of stuff with my charity, as well as going on TV shows, talk shows, game shows, so that's been really fun.
Since you started competing on Miss Universe Thailand and then Miss Universe, and now you're the first runner-up, you must have been through a lot of pressure, whether it's the cyberbullying or the expectations of how women should really behave and all these things. How did you manage to get through all of that?
I don't want to say that I got through it because every day it was a struggle. I'm still trying to work through it now because even until today, I'm still getting comments, I'm still getting bullied, I'm still getting a lot of people kind of saying nasty things about me, but I always feel like it's our duty to choose how we react to certain situations. So if we allow ourselves to feel the pain that they intend for us or they want us to feel bad and we let them have that power, then it's up to us on how we choose to react and move on from there. So actually it's difficult for me because I like to lead by example, but it's difficult in the place where sometimes you don't know which direction to go in. So my natural reaction is to just ignore what they say and just focus on the positive people and the positive energy around me because that's what I need to kind of get through the day and get through, all these hectic schedules. You don't need to focus on the negativity or on the people who don't even know you but have something to say. I always tell myself, imagine hating someone so much but you don't even know them. And I always say in all the interviews that I don't want to put too much thought into it because a lot of these people who bully, it usually comes from a place of pain that they have for themselves, and it's not my responsibility to create that happiness for them. They need to be able to find that for themselves, and then hopefully they'll be able to look back and see that what they said or what they did to all these people was not nice, and then they'll have a moment of acknowledgement or recognition, and then they'll better themselves in the future. So I can just only hope the best for them, and just, let them go with their lives, and I will go on with mine with the people who love me.
Do you still experience this self-doubt even though you got the first runner-up from Miss Universe?
So, yeah, for sure. I often feel it, but I don't want it to take over me because I know that I worked really hard to get there. I did everything that I could, and I deserve to be in the space that I've created for myself. And I don't want my self-doubt, because you're your own worst critic, right? So the things you say to yourself is so important, and sometimes I overthink more than the reality of itself. So sometimes I feel self-doubt, but then I just have to push through it and then kind of prove myself wrong in the process.
So how does it feel to know that women, especially those on pageantry, still have to prove themselves that they are more than just their beauty?
I feel that beauty queens in this generation have more to prove because we're always looked at as just a pretty face. But I also feel that this generation has more of the space to speak their mind and to prove to everyone that that's not what a beauty queen is. We're strong, independent women with careers. Some are doctors, some are teachers, some are police women, and we are given the platform to inspire and to empower the people around us to uplift themselves and follow their dreams and whatever path that they want to do. Yes, okay, sometimes we have to work a little bit harder, or twice as hard, or 10 times as hard as other people, but we should never be afraid of using our platform and using our voice to stand up for what is right. And yes, okay, people see us as just a beauty, but that's why we have our platforms. They are the people who doubt us because of their, I don't want to say lack of knowledge in the area, but usually people doubt because they're scared or because they're scared of what's going to happen. So I would say, yes, we have to fight for it, but in the end, there's so many people that we're fighting for so that it makes it that much worth it. And the people who doubt us, eventually they'll see the power of being a beauty queen and the platform and the power that it holds, and then hopefully they will have a shift in their opinion.
How does it feel to know that you've been such an inspiration for many young girls out there, especially in Thailand?
It's always a surreal feeling. I never thought that I would be an inspiration to other people. It's usually me seeing others as an inspiration to me. But every day I try to do my best, and I always try to lead with purpose and lead with grace so that people can see that it's so easy to be just like their idols or to be like the people they aspire to be, just as long as they dare to take that first step and dare to just dream big. A lot of people are always setting themselves back because they're too scared. And I just want to be that example for women or for kids or for any gender, for the matter of fact, to let them, just to let them see that it's going to be okay in the end. You just have to dare to do it first.
So what are your plans after you completed your reign as Miss Universe Thailand?
So I have my own company called Amorphia Beauty where I sell sun spray products, and I also have my Patni Korat. So I have like a little bit of everything going on, and I plan to kind of focus more on that later. But of course, I also want to get into the acting industry or maybe even into the music industry if there's a possibility. I haven't tried it yet, but hopefully there's an opportunity there. I'm someone who likes to try a lot of new things, and I don't like to jump to the conclusion that I don't want to do it unless I've already tried. So that's the plan. So we'll see where it goes.
It seems like acting and singing are the most popular ways after they complete
Yeah.
Miss Universe.
I think it's common because when we do our work as beauty queens, it's kind of like we're always acting. We always have to be that persona. So we're always kind of acting in the persona that we want people to see. And I feel like in music, you can be your own person through your music, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You can share your characteristics, you can share your dreams, your message through the music, through your dancing, through the way that you show your music. And in acting is kind of the same way as well. And I feel like after being Miss Universe Thailand, as much as I want to be myself in the best way possible, I feel like there's a lot more that I want people to see that make me who I am apart from the Miss Universe Thailand crown.
Right. And since it's International Women's Day, I think we should do something fun.
Okay.
So I prepared a set of questions. So it's like a speedy quiz, and it's all related to Women's Day and empowering women. So are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay. Since you just talked about music, so tell me a song that makes you feel most empowered as a woman.
Oh, the first one that came to mind is Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
Ah, I like that song too.
Or there's another one. I don't know the name of the song, but it was a hit on TikTok. It's like, I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I am divine, something like that. But
Okay.
you can go try and find it on TikTok.
A movie or a series that makes you feel most empowered as a woman?
Okay, I actually have to think about this one. I think the movie that I remember from my childhood that I think kind of empowered me was Miss Congeniality, which I feel actually links to my life now because it's about a cop that becomes a beauty queen. So I feel like that's just the first one to pop into my head.
A type of outfit that makes you feel most empowered as a woman?
Definitely a good power suit. I love wearing suits or anything with pants. It makes me feel stronger, it makes me feel confident, and makes me feel like I can achieve anything. A good pantsuit is always great.
Girl boss move.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And a woman that empowers you the most?
Of course, I want to say my mom, because she's my mom. She taught me everything that I know. She taught me how to be the woman I am today. But of course, more than just my mom, but I want to say the women that empower me. Every day I meet so many different kinds of women. I meet people with big aspiration, big dreams who have achieved it. I meet people who are like my fan club. I meet people that I have to work with every day. And every one that I meet inspires me to be the change that I aspire to be. And they always motivate me and inspire me, empower me to just be strong and take up space, which I absolutely love. So there's not one person, but it's all the women around me that inspire me.
Okay, and is there a quote from anyone that makes you feel empowered the most as a woman?
There is a quote that I say a lot, but I actually don't know who it's said by. I think it was the Dalai Lama that said it. I'm not quite sure. It's be the change you want to see in the world. And I say that every time I have the opportunity when I'm on stage or when I give a speech, it's my go-to quote, and I live by it, honestly.
Okay, and a moment that makes you feel most empowered as a woman?
Every day is a moment where I feel empowered, and I feel like as long as you wake up and you're ready to seize the day, that's enough to like push you to all of your limits. I wake up, I feel empowered because of the strength and the energy that the people around me give, and it kind of links back to how I get over the comments and the bullying. When you wake up feeling positive and you feel strong, you feel like you can achieve anything, and that's because you're surrounding yourself with positive energy. So when I feel the most empowered is when I wake up and when I'm ready to seize the day.
So on the occasion of International Women's Day, so how far do you think we have come in terms of female empowerment, especially in Thai society?
In Thai society, I do feel like there could be more improvement on how we empower women. I feel like a lot of the time, the stereotype or the stigma for women in Thailand is to be soft and to be accepting, conflict free, stay at home, take care of the kids. And it's not very looked upon positively when you're a strong woman in business or you have dreams to do something more than just take care of the family. And I feel like as a beauty queen, I want to spread that message that you can be anything you want, because I do feel like there is a long way for us to go because of how accepting we are to old traditions and ways of thinking.
There are a lot of stereotypes that are put against Thai women, whether it's to be soft and sweet, we have to be like a good housewife, and all of these stereotypes. Which one do you think bothers you the most whenever you hear that?
The one that bothers me the most is when people say just marry a rich husband or just find a rich husband. This is a line that I hear a lot of older women say to my generation, or even my own generation say to each other, and it always makes me question the mindset that we have as women in society. Why do we need to depend on a man to make us happy or to support us when we are able and capable of doing that for ourselves? Of course, I have no judgment against people who choose to do that, but I feel like that should not be the go-to for women. We are able to do so many things for ourselves, and we should not have to be a burden to someone else because we want to live an easy life. Of course, we want to have it easy, but wouldn't it be more satisfying for ourselves if we created that easy living for ourselves and that happiness for ourselves?
So what sort of changes do you hope to see in terms of women empowerment in Thailand? Are there any policies that you want to see more?
Of course, it's a matter of equality as well. Once we accept women as equals, it's not about women being more than men. It's about accepting that we are the same and we are all capable of achieving the same things. We don't need to look down at someone because they're a woman or because they should be less respected because they're not a man. But I think it all starts with us as individuals in society before we can ask for change in the government. I feel like when women can respect each other first, that's where the change starts. Because if we're constantly looking at each other and judging each other and comparing who's better or who's richer or who has what, we're already taking one step back from creating that respect that we want from other people. I think, it starts from us as women respecting each other, and then we can go as a group, as women, to demand for the things that we need.
So in your perspective, what would be the most important thing that we should teach young women or young girls today?
It's okay to be the voice that you want to hear. You don't need to wait for someone else to say it first. You don't need to wait to be told what to do. If you feel that your heart is there and you want to do it, just go for it. A lot of the time it's always, did you ask this person? Did you get permission? Just do it. You don't need to sit around and wait for things to happen for you when you know that you're capable of making it happen yourself.
So what does empowering Thai women mean to you?
Empowering Thai women to me means empowering the life that you want to achieve, creating the space for voices to be heard and to also be the change that you want to see, respecting each other for our differences and become more inclusive in the people around us. We need to spend less time judging other people, and of course we need to love ourselves. Empowerment doesn't come from the people around you, but it comes from yourself. And once you create that power within you, that's when you can empower other people as well.
And one last question, if you could tell every single woman around the world at the same time, what would you like to say to them?
Wow. This is a difficult one. If I could say anything, I would say, don't hold yourself back. I would say don't hold yourself back. Because it's always gonna be scary. Because we don't know what's gonna happen. But don't let that fear hold you back from achieving greatness.
That's a very powerful message. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you for having me
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ